Hey everybody, today's video is going to be pretty quick. I just want to talk about a question that I've received a few times now, which is, Trevor, you're a YouTube consultant with over 10 years of experience. You make over $100,000 a year teaching people how to succeed on YouTube. You just started your channel for the first time. You've been doing B2B. Why does your channel have no views? I'm seeing like 20 views on all your videos. Are you really that great of an expert if you have no views? And I'll answer that question for you today. You have to start somewhere. And most brands are really terrified of starting small. So big companies that have big budgets are terrified of starting small. They won't do it. And so they would rather spend thousands and thousands of extra dollars that they don't need to spend in order to get that view traffic immediately versus looking bad. The reality is you have to start somewhere. Everybody has to start small, and we all get rewarded in public for what we practice in private. So I know we're all afraid of starting small, but I actually want to show you some data that proves my point that you can start small. And so I've worked with a brand that was just an incredible group of people to work with, CNET. And CNET allowed me to do something which is really rare, which is launch a bunch of channels from zero and get them to over 100,000. And we did that multiple times. So I'm going to show you that now. And I'm going to show you some data that hopefully is interesting. And we're going to do a screen share and show you what it takes to start from zero. So you can see. By the way, if I look or sound different, these were recorded on different days. We had some screen sharing issues. I couldn't quite get Excel to output for some reason. So if this is jarring or I look or sound different, that's why. It's because we had to shoot this on a different day. I wanted to show you this data. Because this is somewhat proprietary, I've removed all of the revenue data as well as all of the subscription data because many of these channels are still active today, but these are some channels that I actually worked on. I launched StreamSource Trailers. You can go look up StreamSource Trailers on YouTube. It has over 100,000 subscribers. I was the person who uploaded the first couple videos for this channel. How to Do It All is another channel. It was a how-to channel that we launched. I launched that from near zero. The channel had been around for, I think, 2 months, and I was called in to help fix it and make it grow. So these numbers are real, and these brands are brands that I personally worked on. So I just wanted to give you guys a sense, like, you have to start somewhere. You have to start from zero. And when you look at particularly Riznos is my favorite example, because they really started from zero. Like, they did not have a good first month. They published 24 videos and only got like 700 views. That's less than 100 views a video. In their next month, they got roughly 1,000 views a video, those are small numbers, right? But you can see they grew over time. Riznos, I think, underwent a brand name change now, so I think they're called CNET Home. But otherwise, all of these channels still exist. So you can see the growth over time and what it took, the number of videos that it took to post over time to get that kind of growth. And they're basically posting a video a day. You know, they're posting Monday through Friday, a video a day, sometimes more than that. I talked a little bit in a previous video about a volume strategy. StreamSource Trailers was a great channel model because we basically just took movie trailers, and re-uploaded them. And yes, you have to get permission. You get press footage and all these different things. But you can see our first month was horrible. It was something like 50 views a video. And eventually, you take off in the algorithm. And you can take off in the algorithm in one of three ways. You can spend money to buy views, which pushes you through the algorithm, right? You can always spend money. 2, you upload a ton of content all at once, and you just keep going, and you just have a ton of content. Not everybody can do that. Brands can do that. Most people can't. Or it just takes a long time. This period where you're seeing that little tiny bar, that whole period was like a year. It was like 6 months. And so the barrier of entry on YouTube is really high. So if you want to be successful on YouTube, you have to deal with periods of several months where you're just not getting a lot of views. And that's hard for people to do. And it's hard to work within that uncertainty and within those small numbers. But it's possible. You can do it, right? Everybody has to start from zero somewhere. It takes months to see the kind of growth that you want to see on any given channel. So you can see how long it takes. I'm aware that my channel doesn't have a lot of views right now. because I know the process. And because I know the process and I've done it before, it's not scary to me. But for most people, it's scary. And that's why there's so much fear around starting small, starting from zero. And it's so important to start small. And just remember, people are rewarded in public for what they practice in private. I'll say that again. People are rewarded in public for what they practice in private. I'm sharing the private part out loud. And when this channel becomes a big deal, everybody's going to be like, how did you do it? Like, I started small. I started from zero. Just like you, right? So start with me. Thanks for watching, gang. As always, let me know in the comments if you have any questions. There should be a link to my website somewhere, as well as a link to my LinkedIn. I really hope to hear from you, and I hope this was interesting. All right. Have a lovely day.